So, welcome back, guys, to No Ordinary Woman Chat Show. I'm Janelle Rayburn.
I'm Kaz Mack.
And we have missed you guys. We hope you have missed us too. In fact, we're sure you've missed us.
They definitely missed us, Janelle. I know they missed us because we missed us being out there, yeah? So you must have missed us. Okay.
So listen, what better way for us to come back with a brand new series, a brand new episode than for International Women's Month. We caught up with some amazing, amazing women for this month, and we are really excited to bring their stories to you.
So in order for you guys to be able to find out about these phenomenal, no ordinary women, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can get to watch their full episode in its full entirety. So make sure you hit the subscribe button.
Subscribe below, guys, if you haven't done already. Now listen, we are really excited to bring you these amazing women, so stay tuned, grab a cup of tea,
and we'll see you on the other side.
We'll be back right after this.
Guys, we are so excited to present to you Miss Natasha Robinson. This amazing, phenomenal, no ordinary woman, right, Janelle?
She is, and guess what? She started her own business called Frametastic, which is all around the photograph game. So you know, like social media now, Kaz, everyone's into selfies and they're into photos, and it's all about that stuff on Instagram. Well, this amazing young lady has created a business for it. So we are super excited to bring her story to you.
Hi, Natasha. Thank you so much for coming onto the show. Girl, you look amazing.
Not as amazing as you guys. Thank you so much for having me.
You're so welcome.
You're welcome.
So tell us about Frametastic. Tell us about your business.
Okay, so Frametastic, as you guys know, it started off with me creating bespoke selfie frames. Literally the first year after I had my daughter, I was at home. I was like the Pinterest queen of like just stuff, like creative. I wanted to make like little keepsake things for her, and I was at home, so I didn't really have that much doing. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go on YouTube, watch tutorials on stuff, go on Pinterest. And her first birthday was coming up, and I decided it was also around the same time my pastor's granddaughter invited my daughter to her birthday. And it was a Moana theme, and I thought, you know what? Instead of buying a present...
Did you say Moana?
Yes.
What's Moana?
Moana's like that little Disney movie. Okay. I can't remember if it's like Hawaiian based, but it's like the little hula kind of skirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, really cute little Disney movie. That was the theme. So I thought, you know what? I'm not gonna buy a toy or buy clothes or anything like that. I'm gonna make her something. And because my daughter's birthday was coming up as well, I had already decided I was going to make my daughter a bespoke selfie. Well, not make it. It was really for me. I was just going to use her birthday to showcase to the family what I'd been doing in my spare time and stuff. But I thought, okay, let me make something that's personal, like a keepsake. She can maybe put it up in her room type thing. So her name's Lila. So I basically bought these little wooden letters to spell out her name. And I was meant to buy a box, so you can basically like put it up on the wall. And I wanted to decorate these letters so she would have her name, excuse me, just up on the wall on her bedroom. That would really nicely decorated. But I was running out of time and I didn't quite get the box that I wanted. And I had the frame already, like a little A4 foam frame. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to decorate the letters, decorate the frame. I think I ordered like a book, a Moana colouring book or the storybook off Amazon. I ripped out all the picture parts, stuck it on the frame, and then stuck the letters on, and then took it to the party, and that was a hit. Everyone was holding it up and taking loads of pictures. And I thought, okay, I'm definitely going to do my daughter's one, but obviously for my daughter, it had to be even more amazing. So I enlisted the help of my dad. I was like, right, now we've got to do a wooden one. So we went to like Home Base, buying offcuts. My dad's there standing in our garage, and we made like a wooden version. And then because we had the party at my in-laws, they had like a little stand. So we put it on a stand with cable ties. And I also had the idea of just like having props like you would from a photo booth. So we had like, it was a mini themed party for my daughter. So we had like the mini ears, we had like the jumbo sunglasses, a couple of wigs and stuff. And then that was a hit as well. So initially the actual idea of a business, it was never actually meant to be a business. It was just something I stumbled across having some time at home.
So that's actually what I was going to ask you, because we know that like you went from what you've described, from literally Pritt stick and cardboard kind of thing. I'm not belittling it, but
no, literally.
Pritt stick and cardboard to this like business, like really successful business. So how did you actually say, I can turn my hand to this and this actually could become something I could make money from?
Do you know what? It's actually, me actually being on your show today is actually really heartwarming to me, because around the time that I first, like after I kind of did a couple for friends and family, so we're talking sort of late 2017, which I think was definitely like the first sort of season or so of No Ordinary Women. And I had done a couple for friends and family, and I was like, oh, everyone was like, oh, what are you going to do with this? Like, you're actually really good. And I was like, oh, I don't have a clue. Like, I don't know. And I actually watched one of the episodes of No Ordinary Women, and you guys had Hazel Jordan of Tamaray Soiree and Paula Powell.
Big up Hazel.
Big up Hazel Jordan, Tamaray Soiree. And after I had kind of thought, okay, well, what am I going to do with this? Like, everyone was like, are you going to like make a business? I was like, I don't know, but I thought I really felt quite led after watching their interview to reach out to Hazel. So I think sometime in November, I actually sent her an email and was just like, hi, I saw you on the No Ordinary Woman chat show. This is what I do. I sent her a couple of pictures, and she actually invited me to her Winter Wonderland soiree, which was the next month, and just offered me to, if I wanted to make a frame for it, to bring it along. So I was just like, well, yeah, I'm coming. Let's go. And so literally December, the next month, I remember I was frantically trying to, obviously because now it's not for friends and family. This is like a real industry events person, like believing in me enough to invite me onto her platform, her events. So I was like, okay, I've got to make, this has got to be nicer than anything I've done before. I remember just being up till God knows what time on so many nights. Like even on the day, I was still like, oh, it's not perfect. I still need to make it better. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that was initially after watching this show. I reached out to Hazel, did that event, and then obviously I realised, okay, well, that's a good way to start meeting people that also do events. And I did another event with Hazel the following year, and then met Diana Dahlia of DDPR. Mm-hmm. And then I actually then got an opportunity to create a frame for Spirit of the Pharaoh, mm-hmm. which is now going to be a Lego movie. So just by stepping out, I suppose, in faith, seeing the work that you guys do, which is amazing. Like you just have on some really impressive, and people that you wouldn't...
Include yourself in that, by the way.
Including myself. You just have some like people that you wouldn't really necessarily hear about on a day-to-day. Like there's so many women doing such amazing things, but we don't really hear about it. But you guys' platform has that enabled me to find women that are doing something beyond what I'm doing, to even just say, hey, like what direction can I go in? And I was obviously given an opportunity to do something out of my comfort zone, because it was not like, you know, family and friends just bigging me up anymore. This is like someone new, a stranger saying, yeah, I believe in what you're doing, come and do it at my event type thing. So yeah, I kept just going to events. In the beginning as well, it was all self-funded, as in like I wasn't charging people for anything. I was still very much like in hobby mode, just trying to figure out, can I even charge for this? Like, what do you even charge for this? I had no concept of like, prices, materials, like what my time is worth, because it was very much like, it took up a lot of time.
But I think that's how a lot of businesses start. And, you may not necessarily have an idea, but you've just got to kind of go with it anyway. Yeah. I know this is about you, but what you've just said, I just want to touch on that, because actually this is for International Women's Day. What you said about Kaz and the show and how it inspired you, I just want to really big you up, Kaz, because,
big up, Kaz.
No, really, because you have provided this platform. And look now, Natasha was inspired to start her business from this platform. So rewinding it all, right? So rewinding it all the way back to your vision. I just want to big you up.
Oh, bless you. Well, what I would like to add, and thank you so much, Janelle, but what I do want to add on is in regards to when you said you started up, you just being a new mum, you had this spare time and, to start up your business. And what I love what you said is that you wasn't even charging anybody. This was a hobby. And I really kind of want to make something very key here, is that when it's something that you're destined to do, it doesn't necessarily mean it's about you making money instantly. It's always about serving other people. Because like you said, you know, you wanted to make a frame as a gift for somebody else. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's time, that's you purchasing the material and everything else. You could have easily just got a little toy, do you know what I mean? But you saw something that you could potentially do. You use your creativity based upon your research. You wasn't even realising you was researching, doing your Pinterest. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then creating that to now your hair and sharing that. So, you know, well done.
Yeah, well done.
Well done.
Yeah, really inspirational. And actually, I think what we were saying before is the growth of your business. So from starting from these frames and you just wanting to have the perfect frame for your daughter and for those events, to now you've kind of expanded into the photo booth business. Yeah. So tell us more about that.
So as much as initially it was definitely just a hobby, and I was just really happy to, like, you know, make other people happy with the frames and give them a keepsake or just do something completely different to what was on the market. When I had decided now, okay, let's try and be serious, and if this is going to be something I'm doing in my time, let's try and exchange time and, you know, for financial gain, and get some coins out of it. I started realizing that the amount of time that it was taking me to make the frames, what I was charging, it wasn't a fair exchange. And then I suppose maybe like a year down the line, I kind of wasn't resentful, but I wasn't enjoying it as much. It was almost like when I was doing it for free, I loved it. There was no, like, you know, there was no expectation. It was just me putting my heart into it, figuring out, you know, what I wanted to do for people and giving it out for free. But then when I was charging for it, because I had no concept of what do I actually, you know, want to, what do I think I deserve, first of all. It wasn't like there was much out there to sort of compare to, because a lot of people at the time were quite into like the Instagram or the Facebook cardboard frames. There wasn't really anyone from the research that I did that were doing like customized, bespoke, like specific, you know, frames for individuals. So trying to figure out what I can charge, what people are going to be prepared to pay, that was really hard. And I think I got to a place where I was thinking, okay, well, right, some of these frames are taking me 20 hours, some are taking me 30 hours. Yeah. And people, I don't think people realize how much, and I think because I'm quite particular and just quite pedantic about how things have to look, like I'm not going to put out something that looks half-assed and like charge you for that. Like I would rather just give it away. I'm not going to put my name on something and be like, yeah, expect you to pay for that if I don't think it's like my best work. So yeah, I got to the place where I was like, okay, I'm going to take this more seriously now. But when I was looking at like the maximum that I was making for the frames, it just wasn't working out. It didn't equate, no. And then I remember beginning of 2019, around February, I had sort of sent an email to an events company saying, oh, would you be interested? Kind of like I did to Hazel. But again, it was even more out of my comfort zone because I had no affiliation. It wasn't like I could say, Kaz and Janelle from No Ordinary Show. Why not? Obviously, I saw them on there. There was no affiliation. It was literally like I was selling myself, selling my services. The girl was really, really nice. She was like, look, I've actually already booked a photo booth, but I'm definitely about, you know, women empowerment. She still invited me down to the event and I got to go and experience that. And I thought, okay, well, right, let me go and network and, you know, meet some people that are going to buy my frames and do whatnot. And I thought, I went down. It was an amazing event. But instead of actually networking, because I've always kind of, as much as I think I'm a really friendly person and I'm quite confident, the word networking has always kind of like made me feel a bit like, oh, I don't really like that. And even though it's not actually a big deal, I think the connotation that I associate with the word networking has just never been a positive one. Yeah. But so at the event, I actually met the girl, shouts out Anique from Step Into the Booth. She basically she had a photo booth of her own, and I thought our props were already quite similar in terms of like the customized props, but I had never sort of thought of having some kind of photo service. And initially when I saw it, I thought, I wonder if I could incorporate into what I'm doing with the frames. So when people are standing behind the frames, I could also take their picture and send it to them instantly. Yeah. So that was like the first sort of idea and sort of like new sort of, you know, light bulb moment that I had. And she was just like instrumental in like, you know, showing me like what to do or how to go about it. And again, I'd never met her. It was all via social media. You know, I would send her DMs and she'd, you know, reply. She'd actually reply. First of all, she wasn't like airing my DMs. So shouts out Annie.
But you know what? I think that's the beauty in your story, and that we can share with the viewers, because sometimes we put all these kind of mental obstacles in the way. So you said she answered your DMs.
Yeah.
But why wouldn't she?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or like networking is a big deal. But actually, all networking is just meeting people and getting yourself out there and talking.
Yeah, but
do you know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying, but not everybody feels comfortable in doing that. Do you get what I'm saying? So there is that connotation where, like for myself, I don't particularly like enjoy networking because I can be
like
quite
the most social person.
But then saying that, I mean, not trying to make this be about me, but in terms of what you've just said about the networking and everything else, I get that. And I think there's so many other individuals who, you know, are challenged with that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it is key as well, you know, to just look at going to various different, say, right, this month I'm going to go to 2 networking events. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's something like even, you know, Katrina Douglas, she talks about that all the time in her book Momentum Now. Guys, you need to get it. You know, but it's all about networking.
Yeah.
You know, it really is.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that we kind of blow the word networking up to mean something that it isn't really. So you just said like, Kaz is really social. Yeah, you are. That is networking.
Yeah.
Without it having a label. It's when you put this label on it. It's like, oh my gosh,
it
I'm
is
so
the label.
afraid of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I agree, definitely. I do agree. It is about the label, but I think it depends on what event you go to as well.
True.
Because there is certain events, you know, it's like you have those kind of like the, you know, like those that is just like the key people who you would say like, I will give you my business card to. Do you understand what I'm saying? And Michelle Raymond, she talks about this as well. And she's been on the show. And, you know, it's just making sure you have those right kind of questions that you actually ask, because you want to, you know, you want to leave that kind of presence where that person's going to remember you.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't just, you can be sociable, but it's also what you really sociable and what kind of event you're going to.
True, but I think the important message, I guess, is just get out there and
definitely.
Just go for it.
Anytime I think of, and social media has definitely been instrumental in me like reaching out, even to ask for help, asking other people that run photo booth services and companies like what equipment do you use, or what's the brand, or, you know, how did you decide on what your pricing would be. People are not actually, they're not inclined to say, like, if they don't answer, they don't answer, but then you're still in the same position you were before. Asking for help, people actually are quite helpful. And a lot of people, like I'd say similar sort of age or older or younger, whatever, they actually don't mind. Like, it's us that make a big deal out of it and think, oh, what if they don't answer? But people have actually been on my journey, like super, super helpful. And I would say to anyone like that, if anything you don't know, definitely just ask someone who you perceive to be doing better than you are, or someone that you want to do something similar to. Just ask them. They might say, they might help you, they might not help you, but even if they don't, you're not any worse off.
You haven't lost anything.
You haven't lost anything. I think it's a pride thing. It's a pride thing. It's an element of not wanting to be rejected. There's fear. 100% fear. There's so many, I think, and even just to kind of touch back on with the networking, sometimes I would find, like Kaz was saying, like depending on what type of event it was or what type of people were there, depending on how successful you deem yourself to be in comparison to other people, sometimes it's a case of, okay, well, can I, being this small business, I'm just a wife, I'm just a mother person, can I go up to so-and-so who's a serial entrepreneur, who's on the TV, everybody knows who they are, like, can I go and talk to them? Like, it's kind of just like, how much do we feel like, you know, we can do it, we can, and everyone is human, like we all have 2 eyes, 1 nose, 1 mouth, like it's actually more just, again, like with the how we look at networking is like what sort of, I suppose,
it's like what picture do you build up in your mind about it?
Like we're making it like there's some superheroes, but everyone's just, maybe some people are just more well known than others, but we all,
that's right, and then
all
humans. Toilet.
Exactly. So I think it's just that element of like how much confidence do we have in ourselves to just go and ask the question, because networking is literally just speaking to people and having conversations, and that's it. So
you mentioned you know, that you're a mother, you're a wife, you're also still quite young, you know, and
like
so
to think I'm a little bit young.
congratulate you on all of that.
Thank
You've got
you.
Frametastic, which is amazing. But a little bird told me in Kaz something else about you that
I wonder what is it. What bird, first of all? What bird you lot got?
You'll see that whoever you are out there, your secret's safe. You know, but you know, we've heard that you're actually into quite sensual dancing.
I am. Your bird is right. Whoever the bird is. So my best friend Charmaine, shouts out Charmaine, runs a heels dance class for women. Soul to Soul Heels on Instagram. I feel like every woman that has had any kind of, so for me personally, I think, to share a bit of my backstory, after I had my daughter, I actually went an opposite direction to most women. I lost a lot of weight. The size that I am now, I probably was a little bit bigger before I had my daughter. But I breastfed for like 13 months, and then obviously trying to have a business, being a wife, being a mother, I was just running around doing 101 things every single day. And I wouldn't always remember to eat 3 meals a day. Or when I was eating, it was stupid times. It was like snacks more than actual meals. And I lost a lot of weight, and I got really, really, really self-conscious. I think people don't necessarily take losing weight as to be as serious as gaining weight. But it was a big deal for me. Like, I didn't really want to leave the house all the time. Like, not I would make excuses not to go out, but I kind of actually used my daughter as I was like, you know, I've got stuff to do type thing. Like, I wouldn't really want to go anywhere because I was just very self-conscious of how small I had gotten. And it got to a point where I was just like, do you know what? I need to do something for myself. Like, something that just, it's not me like trying to run my business. It's not me like focusing on being a wife. It's not me focusing on being a mother. It's something like, what can Natasha do for Natasha to give, like, to make her feel happy or just enjoy, or, you know, just, you know, I'm still alive. Like, I might not be the size, or I might not look how I want to look, but I'm still actually on this earth. So it was kind of like, just, okay, let me find something to do that I can pick myself up again. And my best friend Charmaine, she started her heels class, and it's just been amazing. Like, the confidence that I think I've gotten from it, the self, like, now you can't talk to me, okay? Like, no matter, you just can't talk to me. You cannot, because I'm feeling myself. I ain't gonna lie, I'm feeling myself. So I've been going for just over a year.
So what happens in the classes?
So literally, it's a bunch of women. And it's funny because some of the women that have now like seen her videos and stuff online, again, like initially it would be like friends only or friends and family that started coming. And now it's just like, it's gotten so much bigger. Like, some of the classes, I don't even know all the girls that attend, because that's like, so-and-so's come and they've brought this person's posted and this person's seen it online, now they're coming. But it's basically like, we go, a lot of the time, like, she does like this strutting thing with us, because a lot of women, we can't actually walk in heels as much as we'd like to think. Not everyone is a professional like that in walking in heels. So like, the first element of the class is literally just like getting everyone to feel comfortable in just walking in the heels. And she'll play like specific songs, and she'll show us like, okay, this is what I want you to do. And she'll do like her little walk, which is just like a little, you know, nice little strut, kind of like do a little something. Most of the girls have hair, Casmin, you, like, we would literally be feeling our scalps, car. The girls actually, they'd be swinging hair and just running fingers through hair. But yeah, I'd be touching up my scalp and my short back and sides. But it's literally just like, just getting comfortable in walking. Like, she wants everyone to feel just comfortable. Like, you know, you're in a room sometimes with people you don't know. You're trying to find your sexy, but how can you find your sexy with strangers? So it's kind of just an element of, you know, it's like a line of us, like maybe depending on how many people go as well. So we're just strutting. And then it's actually learning the routine. And then she always encourages everyone at the end of the routine, whether it's in groups, whether it's like solos or duets, to like just do a freestyle. And I remember in the beginning, it's funny because we were having this conversation earlier. I thought how I dance now in the class, which is a lot more confident. Sometimes I wear shorts and heels to class. In the beginning, I was fully in tracksuits, hoodies, again, because I was still so conscious of my size. I wasn't really trying to show off anything I didn't have. So I was like fully in tracksuits and just like really baggy jumpers. But now how I dance, I thought I was that sexy back then, but I really wasn't. Like, when I look back at some of the videos that she would like send us and stuff, like, you can think you're more sexy than you are, or like even as much as I wasn't happy maybe with my size and stuff, I always thought I was kind of like naturally kind of just sexy. But to be the progress that I've made, the confidence that I have now, I feel like, okay, what were you doing back then, Natasha? Because that was not cute. But now it's like a completely different ball game. And I feel like the confidence that I have gained from the classes actually also helped me as a wife, as a mother, as a businesswoman as well, because it's like I'm just so much more assured of who I am, and what I bring to the table. And I appreciate myself more. I love myself more. And I don't know whether I would have come to that part of my journey had I have not done the classes.
That sounds amazing.
So,
And I think what I find is so amazing about what you're sharing is that you thought you was that. And then you saw that you wasn't. Do you get what I'm saying? And I think that is what it is, especially for a lot of us as women. You know what I mean? We think we are one way. And then when you really think back and you look back and think, actually, no. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think what's great about doing doing the heel dancing and everything else is that it's allowing you to really own who you really are as a woman, and I think that's just so beautiful. So, and what I think is also beautiful about it all, because when other women will look at it, I mean, I'm just going to say, remember when we was in Kingston, when we was in Jamaica, we went to Club Taboo, and it's a strip club. And I was amazed, because I didn't look at this woman as, as a sex object. I looked at like, wow, this woman is power. She's got confidence. She's owning who she is. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it just made me look at things completely different.
We were actually mesmerised, and I think that's what it is, because do you know what? Now, in later years, certainly for myself anyway, I've realised how important sexuality and sensuality is in terms of who we are in our entirety as women. Sometimes we separate them, and do you know what? I don't want to make this about kind of race or ethnicity, but as Black women, sometimes we leave that out of who we are. It's so important. It's such an important, that energy is so important as who we are and what we deliver. It's not about sex, actually.
Absolutely.
It's about, like you said, it's about this empowerment from within, loving yourself, owning yourself, being confident with yourself. So, girl, I salute you.
Listen, I'm trying to get there.
I'm trying to get you to come to class.
I've been trying.
We're coming. We're coming.
We're going to turn up, Charmaine. Yeah. We're just going to turn up on Friday. And we're probably going to be in our trainers at the beginning.
No. You lot are good on heels, man. Definitely. You lot need to come.
We'll be there.
Yeah,
we will be there. Just let us know when, actually. So, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
Oh, thank you so much.
We just want you to tell the viewers out there where they can find out about Frametastic, give them all your social handle details, all of that stuff,
Okay, so you can find Frametastic predominantly at the moment on Instagram. I know I should be on Facebook. I have joined LinkedIn, but listen, I don't know how people do all these multiple social media. Like, just I need a team. I really need a team and some help.
The team is coming.
But on Instagram, it's Frametastic Frames, literally as it sounds. So at Frametastic Frames. You will see it on Facebook more soon. But yeah, it's Frametastic Frames. And if you are interested in our photo booth services, literally just click the contact button and it will send you to our email, which is inquiries@frametasticframes.co.uk. Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you so much for being here, Natasha. So guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode and we know you was inspired. And until next time.
That's right. Listen, you subscribe, like, keep watching, tell your friends. We'll see you next time.
Bye.